here at the finals of Steam Take Challenge. I'm here with students from the Middlesex County Academy in Edison Campus. And they have something called the FRAT, the Frame Rate Authentication Tool. And they'll explain this, and this is a pretty cool device. Why don't you start with yourself?
Hi, I'm Varsini.
I'm Manas.
Hi, I'm Thomas.
Hi, I'm Miraj.
I'm Aditya.
Hi, I'm Enzo Paterno.
Okay, what is the FRAT?
So put simply, it's a tool to verify the frame rate of a camera. As for why you would want to do this, it's so that you can measure the speed of a car or some other vehicle that's been captured on that camera. So the intended audience or customer for this tool, of course, is the police department, who are trying to, of course, determine the speed of those cars.
Now, what made you think of this? I think you were saying someone came to you. Just pass the mic.
So basically, Detective Brandon Epstein of the New Brunswick Police Department first came to us with the idea, and he gave us a basic sketch of the schematic that he wanted us to work off of. So using that, we saw what parts were redundant, what parts we needed to add, and we built off our product based on that.
All right, and how long have you been working on this? Who wants to take this one?
I think we've been working on it for about 2.5 years, probably. We were approached to it around sophomore year by Sergeant Epstein, and from then on we've been continuously being in the process of building a first prototype, getting that worked out, then building a second prototype, giving it to Sergeant Epstein to try it on the field, and then building this third prototype over here, which is our final product, so to say.
Okay, this is in use now. One of your prototypes was in use now. Could someone explain how it's being used?
Sure. So as soon as we finished the vector prototype, we handed it over to Detective Brandon Epstein in order for him to test it, tell us if he had any issues with it. So in his field testing, he used the device in 3 court cases, in one of which it passed the Dobert hearing, which is a process that checks if evidence is valuable to be used in court. And in fact, it just so happens that in one of those cases, when it was passed, one of the oppositions folded over almost immediately after. So after getting this feedback from Brandon Epstein, we understood what we had to change. Maybe a few of the wires here and there, make it more manufacturable, more portable, things like that. After understanding that, that's when we started to work on our final product.
Okay, we're gonna get that in 2 seconds. You guys broke your team up into, because this is a lot of different parts. How did you break it up?
So Aditya and Manas were the electrical portion of the team, and then Miraj and I were both the mechanical portion of the team, and then Varsini did the documentation portion.
Okay, just to give us how it works, and then explain how it would work on what are these green dots?
So basically, you would take this out in front of the camera in question, so out on the street, and you would videotape this with that camera. So basically, the slowest moving is the seconds, then you have tenths of a second, and then hundredths of a second. So using this measurement, you can see between the frames of your camera and see exactly how much time has passed between those frames. So a camera might mark it that there are 30 frames per second, but that's not set in stone. You might get 28 frames per second or 32 frames per second. So when someone is in the court of law, they might say, oh no, it's not the true frame rate. You don't know that for sure. So this is basically to verify that this is in fact 30 frames per second.
So when you see a video in court,
Yeah.
they can't verify it, but this will make it
Set in stone.
set in stone.
Yes.
Wow, that's amazing. So what's the next step? Are you guys looking for a patent or anything like that? Anyone?
So currently we have a provisional patent for our design. We are currently working on trying to mass produce the item, because now we have a printed circuit board along with 3D packaging. So we're at the stage of mass production. However, because we're a public school, it's hard for us to mass produce because we don't have this simply like the tools to do that. So we're trying to talk to nonprofits and that can actually manufacture it for us.
Okay, Mr. Paterno, I want to ask you. You must be pretty proud of these students they've put a lot of hard work in this, and this is something that's really being used.
Yeah, well, first I would like to say thank you to Steam Tank. Thank you to the U.S. Army for giving these kids the opportunity to show their talent. I have been an engineer by trade, over 25 years working for AT&T and Lucent Technologies, and then I went into teaching, and they are the one who makes my job very rewarding. because they are the future of the United States. These kids have a lot of talent, and I am very proud to be working with them. It's not a job anymore, it's playtime. So I want to say thank you to STEAM Tank, thank you to Middlesex County Board, and I want to say thank you to my students. They are the one who worked very hard. Thank you.
You're all seniors. I wanted to start with you. First of all, the future looks pretty bright with these students. Tell them, what are your plans for next year after you get out of high school?
So I think for all of us, we're looking to go into engineering fields. Me specifically.
Shocker. Okay.
So me specifically, I want to go into computer engineering, and my hope is, of course, knock on wood, that I will be accepted to UIUC.
Okay.
Like Aditya, I'm also looking into computer engineering, and my dream school would be Carnegie Mellon University. So that's where I plan to go to.
I'm planning to go into computer science with a concentration in artificial intelligence, and my dream school is Stanford.
Okay.
I want to do computer science with possibly a double major with economics, and my dream school would be UC Berkeley.
Okay.
I'm a bit of an oddball. I am an artist and an engineer, so I'm going into game design with a concentration in computer science.
Wow.
And my dream school is Cornell.
Wow. Okay, the students from the Middlesex Academy in the Edison Campus.